All right, welcome to Drive the Globe's YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing a short video on another aftermarket component for our Wrangler Rubicon JL. This time it is some rock sliders, and I chose a company called DV8. The main reason, and there are a lot of options out there for aftermarket components, and in particular, the rock sliders that come with the Rubicon, the thing that I don't like about them is that they're mounted basically to the Jeep's body. The DV8 component mounts to the frame. So I believe that it's probably going to take a lot more beating before it gives in. So without further ado, I'm going to kind of get to the install and show you. These are direct bolt-on components, so it should actually go pretty smoothly. I took off already the one side, anyways, of the Jeep rock slider, and you can see it here. This is the Rubicon rock slider that comes with it. It's actually a fairly hefty component. Like I said, though, it does mount to the body of the Jeep. And if I could put that one down over here, the DV8 one that I chose is a tube one, as you can see here. And it mounts in 3 different locations right to the frame. And I'm going to show you that in a second. So let's get right to it. Right here you can see the stock rock slider on the Jeep Rubicon. And if I get down here underneath, you can see the mount right there is actually to the body of the vehicle. You can see it right here. So it mounts actually in 1, 2, and 3 locations back here. And there's actually a couple other nuts that you have to take off. I believe there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. So basically 5 nuts and 3 bolts, and that should get this this slider out of the way. Now, while I'm down here, I can show you the actual. Here, as you can see, the body of the Jeep mounts to the Rubicon frame right here. This mount. These bolts right here and in the front, same thing, are going to hold on the new rock slider from DV8. I'm going to take the small nuts off first. These basically just stabilize the stock rock slider to the outside of the Jeep here, and they're just not really structural, in my opinion, anyways. So you can see they're just these little nuts. All right, that's the 6 cap nuts are off, and now I have just 3 bolts that need to be undone, and the stock rock slider will come off. It is kind of nice when you have a fairly new vehicle, though. Everything is clean, not rusted, and comes off pretty easily, so that's a definite plus. So these are there's 3 of these. These are the bolts holding the rock slider on. They pretty simple. What's nice, though, as I take this 3rd one off, is it's not going to fall on me. As I already took the other side off, I know there's little set pins that are holding it in there, so that's certainly also a positive. All right, that's it. That was about 2 minutes, and all the bolts are off. Alright, that's what it looks like without the factory rock slider on. And I'm going to get down here and show you again. Maybe it's easier to see now. There are 2 factory mounts These are they're rubberized, and they are the what mounts the body of the vehicle to the frame. So there's a rubber isolator in here. These two nuts on either side, and same with the one here in the middle, come off, and that hardware is reused to mount the new DV8 rock slider. The one here in the front, the third mount, is a little different. That also is the isolator, but it does not have the two nuts on the side. Now I started loosening this. It's very, very, very tight, I'll tell you. This nut here in the middle is actually a through bolt that goes in. That's got to drop out in order to mount the third location for the DV8 rock slider. That's going to be your only challenge. You've got to either use a power tool or a lot of leverage to get that thing off. So I'm going to take these bolts off, nuts off now, and that's the hardware they're going to use to mount the new rock slider. That is using a ton of force here. I am not using a power tool. You can see it's loosening up a little bit, but it's quite long. Now every job has that one step that's really hard. That would be this bolt. So that took about 8 to 10 minutes. Longer than it took to do everything else combined, pretty much. You almost feel like it's never going to come out. And there she is. This is the isolator. So this will pop back in there, and then this gigantic bolt is what holds the front of the rock slider on. And now we take off the last of those nuts, and we're ending up with 4 nuts and that one big long bolt. That is the hardware that holds the new DV8 rock slider to the frame. And there is the nut, you can see. Alright, so this is the new rock slider. And you can see there's kind of like cups on the side. For each of the mounts, and what's nice is that this is actually going to sit over it, so it will be able to. It's kind of a one-person job. You can actually get this up to stay on. Okay, as you can see, staying by itself on the side. All right, now, so it does not fall. I'm going to put one nut in. I found on the other side anyways, it was easiest to get it in the end, the rear part, because you got to go up through the hole and hopefully get it on. And that did it. So I got one nut on there. Let's tighten it up a little bit. Alright, now it's not going to fall off on us. Alright, I got one in the middle. Let's line it up. I can see up through. Probably use the tool. goes. Now you can see one of the reasons I liked this particular model, and maybe if I get an angle from the front here a little bit, you can see it doesn't really impact your clearance at all with this bottom rail right here, but the top one actually comes up and kind of protects the side of the body here, and it runs very close. You can kind of see the gap there. That's no more than, I would say, 3/4 of an inch. And that's what it looks like completed. I'm going to take you underneath here. I'm going to try to show you. It's up to the frame. That is the frame mount with the rubber isolator, and you can see through the hole here. That's where the those nuts went. So you've got 2 mounting points here, 2 here in the middle, and then 1 at the front. And it is all mounted straight here to the frame on the outriggers, where the body mounts from the top. So in my opinion, this is a far more secure mount than the stock Jeep one that was only really mounted here to the actual body of the Jeep. All right, so that's the install of the DV8 rock sliders on the Wrangler Rubicon JL. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching this video. If you like what we're doing, be sure to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the truck and tree symbol to your right. Once again, thanks and hope to see you soon.